People are looking for hope, and that was one of the things that we discovered early, that someone like ourselves who's gone through cancer 14 times, not all necessarily hospitalized, but just surgery or treatments. If you've been there 14 times, they want to know, how do you get through it? A lot of people don't have any idea what chemo's like. God began talking to me about starting a cancer support group, and I talked to Charlie Ford about it, and he said, well, we did a survey, and there's like 400 people that has had cancer in the church. So I kind of drug my feet for maybe 6 months and went to New Orleans on a pastor search committee. It was during that trip that the Lord really spoke to my heart, said it's time to start. So I came back home, and we didn't have a senior pastor, and I went and talked to David Self, and David Self said, Ken, you don't have to have a senior pastor. If God's telling you to start that, you start it, and the church will support you. So we started, and as I stated there, we had maybe 10 or 15 after 2007. God didn't heal everybody we prayed for, but that was one of the things that when we started, I told God that we'll pray at every meeting for the cancer support. So we would have a special time of prayer. And you get pretty close to some of those people. When the Lord calls them home, it's kind of a downer because you lost a good friend. It's temporary. But then we come to understand that, God heals 3 ways. We've seen God heal miraculously. We've seen God heal through medicine and doctors, but then sometimes God gives them a perfect healing, gives them a new body and takes them on to heaven.
That's an encouragement to know that somebody else understands what you're going through, whatever that individual's going through. So I think that's one of the most important things. But hearing testimonies, hearing God's word is encouraging. So there's a lot of encouragement for the people, and it's just people that have cancer really come to, I think, love coming to the CanHope meetings because they get so much encouragement.
We never realized when we started CanHope, there came a time when the lay people could not support it all. And that's when God brought more people to pastoral care, and we have the Hope House ministry. And so we're thankful that we had no idea that was what God was going to do in the beginning. Cancer will either make you bitter or it'll make you better. There's some neat scriptures about suffering. And one of the neat promises is Philippians 3:10, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his suffering, being conformed to the image of his Son. And I never realized that there's fellowship with Christ during suffering. And I've experienced that, a closer fellowship with the Lord.